What's up, guys? Josh from Strength Side. This is a wrist mobility and strength routine. I've got a lot of requests for this video. I was thinking about why, and I think the reason why is because we don't use our wrists very much anymore, right? Or just in our society, if you think about sitting in an office, being on a computer, driving around, you're never doing anything with your hands, right? Your hands don't have to kind of interact with the ground at all or interact with someone else. So we take that essentially weakness, and then we go to the gym and you're doing your CrossFit workout or your bench press workout, or maybe you're grappling with someone or boxing, and your wrists essentially have to go from zero, from no demand, to 100, right? To really intense demand. And more often than not, that can result in something going wrong there, right? Some type of injury or discomfort, that nagging wrist stuff that goes on. So today's routine is aimed at stretching some of these muscles that are probably going to affect that, but also just giving yourself some stimulus to be strengthening the wrists in different positions. So then when you go do your training session, you're ready to do it, right? You're not going from instability to trying to somehow create stability. Let's get to it. Each exercise is going to be done on the knees, loading the hands forward, right? So this first one is really, really simple. We're essentially just going to rock the shoulders in front of the hand and then rock back, right? So I like to have people have the pointer finger point straight forward. We come forward. I also want to try to show the elbow pit, right? So the elbow pit is not doing this, but we're actually kind of externally rotating the shoulder and pressing forward here. So we're going to do 10 of these. And usually in the beginning, you'll be like, ooh, stiff, right? But then as you get deeper in the set, you can start kind of opening up this position more. Show you a side angle, that's about 5, right? Seeing how much I can get that shoulder over the hand here. Don't go too intense in the beginning, right? This is all just things that you need your body to start adapting to. So we don't want to kill it right off the bat. We just want to give it small stimulus over time to make gains there. Okay, good. So those are rock forwards. The next one that we're going to move into is a finger push-up, right? And it's just how it sounds. You're essentially going to keep this first knuckle on the ground, but I'm going to lift my palm into the air here, all right? Boom, down, so I press the knuckles and the fingers into the ground. The thumb can come up, but I lift that palm and come back down, right? Up, down. And with pretty much all of these, actually not pretty much, with all of these, the more weight you put into your hands and take out of your knees, the more intensity you'll be putting on your wrists, right? Wrists. It's kind of a weird word, wrists. I guess all words are a little weird when you really think about it. So I'm gonna say that's 8. Putting more and more weight into my fingers here and really driving the base of the palm up. I'm just gonna hold for a few seconds on this last one and control it back down. Okay. So 2 down. That was the finger push-up. The third one is going to be a reversed wrist flexion, okay? So we're doing this a lot, and this is a position that our palms are in a lot of the time when we're working out, right? Doing push-ups. If you want to develop a handstand, for all you calisthenics people, having a large amount of this is going to make doing a lot of these strength skills easier, right? But when we're jamming here, your wrist can also do this, right? So we want to cover our bases here too to have a healthy wrist range of motion. So I'm going to start like this, And then, so I have my hands in a fist. And then I'm going to undo the fist. I'm gonna put my hands flat on the ground, and I'm gonna come back here. Now this, when I first started doing these, I could not get close to the ground. I'd essentially have to bend my elbows to do this, right? So you have to compensate somewhere, and that's okay. If that's where you're at, then maybe you gotta bend the elbows a bit to get there. That's okay. But you're gonna work towards keeping those elbows straight and getting that hand flat here, right? You can open the hand too. It's something I like to do to let that hand stretch as we get into this range of motion, right? And this is an important range of motion for you guys that are training muscle ups and need to do that false grip on the rings, right? To be able to pull back in this position. If you don't have this range of motion, it's gonna be really hard to get that false grip. So this is something that can help out that. Yeah, and then also just any type of sport where you're using full wrist range of motion, which is a lot of sports, this is gonna be very helpful. So let's say that's 8, 9. I'm gonna hold here on this last one for about 5 seconds. And relax. Cool. And I feel that a lot right here, the front of my forearm. Also feel it a bit here on the inside of the hand and on the back of the hand as well, right? So I'd say if you're in a hurry, you know, if you gotta maybe meet up with your girl and you only have an hour to go to the gym, those 3 will do you pretty well, right? If you just need to get a quick warm up in, you do your rocks forward, you do your finger push-ups, you do your reversed wrist flexion, you go, you crush your workout, you go see your girl, you're not late, right? These last 2 are important as well, but those first 3 really kind of give you a lot of bang for your buck, I'd say, okay? So this next one, we're gonna be opening up the hand, right? In the back of the forearm, right? So I'm gonna put my hands like so. All right, let's make sure you guys can see this. Put the hands like so with the fingers facing back towards my knees. I'm gonna keep my fingertips on the ground, and then I'm gonna bring my elbows down to my thighs, right? And as you get more flexible here, you can bring the elbow down closer to the knee. Here. I'll give you a side angle for this one. Right here, you should feel a big stretch through the hand, through the back of the forearm. I've even seen people do these all the way to the ground. Oh, I guess I can almost kind of get there. Haven't tested my range here in a little while. Yeah, I'm getting close, cool. Yeah, so this is one that you'll probably start out like way up here, but obviously you can progress on it over time. We'll say that's 8, 9. I'm gonna hold on this one. Okay. Sweet, sweet. That one feels really nice. Feels like your hand really opens up. If you're spending a lot of time like this, if you're a fighter or something, that can really help get that reverse motion in there, open up the hand. Cool. So the last one that I'm gonna give you guys, I think this makes 5, is the last range of motion that we haven't hit every range of motion, but another big range of motion is this kind of, right, your hand can do this. It can go side to side here. It's like lateral flexion. So for this, and a lot of these I've learned from gymnastics coaching, gymnastics bodies, and then just a lot of people that I've worked with over the years doing gymnastics and movement training. Everyone kind of has their own little wrist routine, but a lot of a lot of similarities, right? So this last one, we start with the fist again, and I'm gonna rock forward here. I'm gonna try to get that thumb knuckle down, and then I'm gonna come back this way, side of the fist. So I rock forward, elbows go forward, back, side of the fist, here. Good. You guys want the side angle for this one? Let's check it out. Here, so I'm really trying to get forward here, and then I'm loading my my hands down, my fists down as I do this, right? Forward. I'm putting a lot of weight into the wrists here. Wrists. That's a word, man. That's a word. I'm gonna say that's 9. Hold right here. This feels really good for me, this position. Feels like it opens up some good stuff in the forearms. And I load that back. Cool. That's 5. I want to add in just a little bonus one that I like to do, because like I said, a lot of the time we're loading this way. We get back to this wrist reverse flexion, and I like to rotate all the way around. Right, obviously don't do this on cement, but if you're on something that's a little softer, or at the gym just on stall mats, you can rotate around here. This feels good, man. Your wrist has a lot of capability to move, so we want to give it as much stimulus as we can, all right? Also, when I'm done doing my wrist stuff, I usually just like to start loading it. Might do a little bear position here, crawl around a little bit, start kind of getting over my wrists, getting them ready to go. I recommend doing each exercise for 10 reps and repeating that twice through. You can do this about 3 times a week. If you're training more, you can do it more. But like I said, don't go too intense in the beginning. This is just like training any other part of your body. You know, you have to give yourself time to adapt and to improve over time. Try it out. Let me know how it goes. Let me know in the comments below if you guys are already doing some of these. I have a version of this in my program, Move Strong Now, which is a full body strength and mobility program, which is all about, you know, developing that man strength. I don't know why I said that. Developing your best body, which is strong, but also mobile and able to move. Guys, that's the video. This is the first post in about 3 weeks. If you guys missed me, holler at me below. I've just been working a lot on this program, and don't worry, we're getting back to the YouTubes. Subscribe to Strength Side, as always.